my channel. I haven't posted a video in a while, but just decided to post one today. Got my new ride, and we're gonna go ahead and go over some of the features of it. It's a 2018 W222 Mercedes-Benz S560, and there's a reason why I haven't posted a video in a while. But let's just go over some of the new features of the new car. I'm gonna go ahead and change the view, and we're gonna go ahead and approach it. And we're going to go over some of the stuff that are different from the 2016 Mercedes-Benz S560, and let's take a closer look. So as you can see, my last car was black with the cream and dark interior. So in here, same thing. I bought this from truecars.com, and this is the actual 2018 S560. You can go ahead and there's a few differences with each of the car, and of course you know that the 2016s, if you look at the fender, it had like one grill. This one has two. So, and of course the rim design is totally different. So we go ahead and take a closer look, and this is actually a 20-inch rim. And a few differences, and one of the biggest differences, if we take a look at the screen, if you notice, is this is one whole screen. There's no separation in it. And like I said, we'll go ahead and take a look in the trunk. We can go ahead and take a look under the hood and see. And if you notice, this is totally different from the W222 2016 Mercedes-Benz, where this in particular, this was cloth. Now this is plastic, going to the air filter. And of course, if we come back here, things are a little bit differently. We have heat shield. With the 2016, you have the oil lever where you can actually check the oil. And here it's totally different. We still have the panels where your different compartments are, and we still have the plus sign there, and here of course you'll have the negative. But and this was delivered today, so I'm excited, I'm happy, and we're gonna go over some of the features of this car. If some of the features are still the same, such as the oil or the brakes, I'm not gonna go ahead and upload it. I'm just gonna continue to just move on. I definitely will talk about the steering wheel. The steering wheel is completely different, where now we have some of the controls here as well as here, cruise control, stuff like that. Even the screen, you can actually change the screen theme if you wanted to, but primarily everything else is the same. Of course, I talked about where you can put your radar detector, where you can put your easy pass in the northern state. You can actually come out. And from the last video I did, the box is here. Let's see if we can come back and you can take a closer look at that box. And this is where you would put your radar detector. And this, if you can see from here, this is where you would put your easy pass for the bridges and tolls. So everything else is basically the same. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on where I left off with the 2016, but I'm gonna now talk about let's go in the back, and let's pop the hood, pop the trunk. Basically, things here are basically the same. If you notice, my last car, I had a 13-inch subwoofer, and of course, if we open this up, my amplifier was here, and you know, that's my tow bar. This is for normally your spare tire will come in here, and behind here we did a lot of work behind the scenes over here. So I didn't want to start putting stuff on the car and, you know, hooking it up before giving you a preview of what my new ride looked like. But basically most of the interior, and if you want the same interior, you really have to look around. truecars.com, I wanted a a newer model. I didn't want to get the same model. The 2016, 2017 engine is exactly alike. 2018, going up to 2020, the engine is alike, and then of course 21, 22, the engine is a little bit different. The inside is different. So I wanted a newer ride. This car has 37,000 miles in it for a 4-year car. That's excellent. Interior is mint, and the warranty is still in effect for this car. Certified pre-owned. Got this car from Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham, Alabama. So pretty much very pleased with the car, and you know, I like it. You know, I like it very much. So we can go ahead and we're going to talk about why I have this new car, what happened to my old car, and pretty much go from there as far as the future videos coming out, and some exciting videos coming out as well. All right, so as you can see, I put back all my accessories from my old car to the new one, radar detector, and notice, I don't know if you can see the rectangle box on the windshield where it would allow frequencies to go out, which is, you know, where you would put your radar detector. And the same for the Easy Pass as well. You put it in a certain area, there's a box around it to allow the signal to pass through the windshield. So as a 2016, in this model, everything's enhanced. Everything. I'm starting to love this car a lot because a lot of things are a little bit more convenient. The steering wheel is definitely one part of it. I want to show you something very interesting. As I was driving, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. As I was driving, I had trouble making the brightness. I'm going to do that in a separate video, which is basically the controls of the car. So definitely a step up. A good prerequisite is the 2016 buttons, and to make the brightness for this display is actually right here, which is this little tab right here to make the brightness brighter. And for this display, you actually use the built-in control, and I'll do that in a separate video. But one of the things that I really love is it has a wireless charger, and we come down here, and that's it. You basically put your cell phone. If you look, you see the little symbol. If you basically put your cell phone on it completely, it's actually going to start charging your cell phone. So that's a great feature to have. So, but let me just start by saying the powertrain for the 2018 over the 2016, you know, stepping up. The Mercedes-Benz W222 Mercedes-Benz 2018 560, you get a 4.0 bit turbo V8, which is 463 horsepower and 516 pounds of torque, and that's 14 more horsepower than the previous generation, which is the the 2016 4.7 liter with equivalent torque. So it's great to have a little bit more power, and V8 over V6 or even 4, once you do V8, it's kind of hard to go back to a lesser power. So now the safety and the autonomy, the Mercedes basically argued it broader speed range, level 2 active distance assistant with stereo assistant will prove more useful to more people more of the time. Upgrade to the 2018 includes broaden the speed range at which both the cruise and the steering assist function operate. Active lane change assist. It signals and it checks your blind spot, then changes lanes. Active speed limit assist, which will vary your speed to match the limit, but no, it cannot be set to maintain a set increment above the limit. And router-based speed adaptation, this will slow the car as needed for impediment, tighter radius turns, or navigation, recommended exit, and the like. The assistant graphics, which is many, the menu of the instrument panel shows the driver at a glance which assistant function are selected and to which situation the system are currently responding to. Unmistakably, icons provide more information on the screen as well, and if you have a head-up display option, all the functions are now controlled from the steering wheel, which, as I mentioned earlier, the new driver assist package include, but is not limited to the following function. Active distance assistant Distronic uses substantially more map and navigation data, and can support driver based on the route, and active speed limit assist is able to conveniently adjust the vehicle speed. Active steering assist has been noticeably improved across its entire performance range, resulting in markedly enhanced custom benefits. Active brake assist with cross traffic alert and adds evasive steering assist. Think of one like brake assist for the steering, and that which the collision is impeding. If the driver initiates any sort of evasive maneuvers, the car will make an expert driver of him or her by steering itself clear of danger and counter steering itself back into the lane or out of the danger of spinning. The active blind spot and lane keeping assist function also both operate at a wider range of speed now, and that's with the 2018 models and of course and above. The active lane change assist has also been considerably upgraded. Now tapping the indicator, it all takes to initiate a lane change. This lane change is executed within the next 10 seconds and indicated in the instrument cluster with the appropriate visual display. If the vehicle sensor does not detect any vehicle in the relevant safety zone, the driver might have missed. Active emergency stop assist. Brake the vehicle to a stop when active steering assist is engaged and the system recognizes that the driver is not intervening in the driving process on a sustained basis. Traffic sign assist. Posted speed limit are displayed for the current roadmap, or whether navigation is on or not. The vehicle speed is compared with the speed limit. When the driver selects the appropriate setting, a visual audible warning signal is issued anytime the speed limit is exceeded. Now for the interior, slight change, and one of the things that will help you as a prerequisite, you probably want to watch the W222 2016, all the menus that I went over, because that will significantly help you when you migrate to this car, any car but newer, where the steering wheel is like this and things are moved around. And some of the stuff that used to be here are now in the computer. So it will definitely help you if you watch that video. The 2018 now has, like I said before, a one-piece 12.3-inch high instrument panel and entertainment screen under a single pane of glass, and it fits in a new steering wheel that features a small touch sensitive pad that you brush with your thumb. And what we're talking about this little guy right here, and the same thing with this guy over here. You can either brush to the left or right, or you can go up and down. So nice feature. And also, I love that you have the all the convenience. Everything is on the steering wheel. The cruise control function finally abandoned, where it used to be back here. Everything is now conveniently reachable. We can actually resume and do a lot of functions. So the lighting is totally different, where in the previous model you had 6 or 8 different options for the lighting, as before. For this car, we now have 64 colors. Optional extended ambient lighting offers a wealth of individual settings. You add lighting element on the trim element, central display, stowaway facility at the front of the center console, handle recess, door pocket, and the front and rear footwell, and the overhead control panel when the vehicle's equipped with. So I'm going to go over all of that, which is the controls, in a separate video. I just wanted to do like a brief overview of the 2018 versus 2016. Of course, I like my colors. I like the interior to be a certain color, and that's why I picked it. Went to choosecars.com, selected Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham, Alabama. Got a sweet deal. Love the car. It has low mileage, so I'm very happy. Pop in the hood. Things are, of course, switched around. The definitely one of the things that you probably want to notice. Actually, we'll take a quick look at it. Let me go ahead and open the door and pop the hood. And if you notice, I'm going to take this cover off. And if you notice, And back in the 2016, when we did the oil filter change, the oil filter was right around here, and the dipstick was right around here. So more than definitely, when I'm getting ready to change your oil, I'm definitely gonna do a video on that. The brakes will probably be the same, but notice that everything is totally different. And the turbo oil is, they moved it up front. The turbos actually themselves are here. You got heat panels here and there. So definitely your engine. And looking at the air filter, look like it's a little bit easier to change as well. So you have screws here, but I'm gonna go over all of that in previous videos after this. I just wanted to give like a slight overview of this car, which I'm starting to love. So and of course I'm gonna hook it up, put a little accessory just like I did with the door handles. If you noticed, when I first shot the videos, there was nothing inside the door handle, so I actually inserted that. So there's going to be a few more items going to do to the car to make it, you know, customizable. All right, so for the many of you who are wondering, why does Wayne have a W222 2018 Mercedes-Benz S560 instead of a W222 2016 Mercedes-Benz S550? That's a good question. So back in January, around January, my primary care doctor did an exam and said, Wayne, I don't like the way your prostate feels, and went to see a urologist. So went to see the urologist. He did the same examination, and he said, you know what, I don't like the way this feels. Let's have you scheduled for MRI. So did the MRI. MRI came back, showed something. So after that, we scheduled a biopsy. We did the biopsy, and biopsy confirmed that I had prostate cancer. So I had several options, and one of my options was surgery. One to just get it done and over with. And for men, and I'm talking to the men of this channel, prostate cancer is the #1 silent killer in men. So you probably want to get that checked. I'm Generation X, so I'm 52. And this is for people 50 and above. You can get it checked in your 40s, but 50 and above, definitely you probably want to get that checked, and make sure that your PSA level is according the recommended number that it should be. So January 13th, I had my prostate surgery. It was a robotic prostatectomy, which means removal of the prostate. And 2 weeks after that, January 27th, I had a car accident. So no, I didn't hit anybody. No, someone didn't hit me. Someone didn't T-bone me. Someone didn't rear end me. When I woke up from that accident, I woke up and my steering wheel, the airbag was deployed. And I looked to my left, and paramedic was there. The police was there, and they said, Mr. Robinson, are you okay? I said, sure. And the police officer said, you know, your car is total. So I looked up, and there was a tree in front of me. So took me to the hospital, went to the hospital, had emergency surgery, went to the ICU, and, you know, they watched me. I went to 2 hospitals. I went to Long Island Jewish and Valley Stream, and then they transferred me to a trauma hospital, which was North Shore University Hospital. 2 very good hospitals. And when I went to the room, it was like a night out of the ER, where you have like 20 doctors waiting for me all in a room. And, you know, they said, you know what, we're going to see what's going on. We're going to watch you very closely. So what they were thinking about was, you know, internal damage. So went to the ICU. That same night, those same doctors that saw me during when I first entered the hospital, they were there again in my room. And he said, you know, your blood pressure dropped really well. So they did surgery on me, and my spleen had to be removed because it was bleeding badly, and my liver was torn. So they cauterized the liver. So the surgeon told me, you know, I'm lucky to be alive. So getting back, doing the paperwork, talking to the insurance. Insurance says, you know, we're gonna send a, you know, an adjuster agent to see what the car looked like. So they went. And I had a next door neighbor take pictures of the car. It was at an auto body shop. And I'm doing calculations in my head. Calculations in my head added up to like 20,000. The adjuster called me back, and it was 20,000 shy of what he you know, estimated. And he said, you know what, you know, we're going to write this car off. And I agree. This is the first time in my life where I actually agreed with an auto adjuster about writing off a car because the damage was just a lot. And it was so much that when the adjuster wrote a check to the bank, it was less. You know, I only had 3 years left to pay off on a 2016 car. 3 years left, and the insurance company wrote a check to the bank. They wrote the car off, and I had some equity in it. So it was actually less than what they would have cost them had they fixed the car. So I had a choice to select. You know, the insurance company says, Wayne, just go ahead and, you know, select another car, you know, reapply for a loan, and, you know, the bank, they're not going to give you any issues. And sure enough, they did not. So I had a decision to make whether to go ahead and get the existing 2016 model or the 17 model. The engines on both cars look exactly the same, but I wanted something newer. I wanted something a little bit more, with more technology in it. And I decided on the 2018, and I selected, you know, the car that I'm sitting in, from Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham, Alabama. Went to True Cars and actually looked on the website. The insurance agent recommended TrueCars.com because he said that's where the dealers put their cars on. And sure enough, I did everything over the internet. Didn't step foot in the dealership. I already know how the car drives, and I love it. And so I wanted a newer model, and that's the car that I'm sitting in now. So from here on in, I'm going to be doing everything in this car, and it will also relate to the 2016. If not, you improvise. And I remember saying that before in one of my other videos. If something is not where it's supposed to be because of this model and this, you know, this year, then you improvise and you do what's needed to get the job done. So just wanted to let you guys know. But one thing I noticed about my channel, the membership did increase. And I just want to thank all of those members who did subscribe, and you won't be disappointed. I normally try to stay on top of current technology, and one of my future videos, and it's going to be separate, is called Defensive Driving, where I'm going to install a webcam in the car and shows you the do's and don'ts of not, or how to avoid getting in an accident, looking ahead, and you know, just paying special attention, just give you a preview of the driving out there. So like I always say in all my channels and all my videos, subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you soon.